I'm joined by my partner Mohan, who leads the organization called Accops. For the next 15 minutes, we'll probably share some insights into what we do as an organization, probably seek your support to see if there's anything that deserves merit in the engagement as we move forward. So Silverleaf started about 10 years ago. A bunch of people from Microsoft, Oracle, SAP, IBM, Salesforce across the globe joined hands together, started subsidiaries across Singapore, US, Dubai, India, and now we've just set up an entity in Australia as well. And we provide independent, unbiased services and knowledge around cost optimization. So first of all, thank you so much for coming on this summit today. I know it takes a lot of effort to take out time from family and work to come here. I used to lead organizations like Microsoft India, Software One and Crayon before starting this about 9.5 years ago. And now we are blessed to have a great team across the globe. We work with almost all large banks, insurance companies, wealth management firms, NBFCs in India, Middle East, East Coast of the US, Australia and Singapore. And we pride in ensuring that we guarantee savings on all your IT spends. Now, therefore, we don't sell any technology, platform, solution at any point in time. Under a strictly confidential NDA, we ensure that we work with you to identify areas of cost improvements that you can do across all of your IT spends. The money that you typically will save through our advisory services, because we work towards helping you realize those savings. It's not a typical BCG or a McKinsey company where just giving you PowerPoint presentations. We handhold the journey throughout to be able to help you save a lot of money. Approximately 18% is something that we average out in terms of savings. Somewhere it's 15, somewhere it's about 40. Depends on how much we are ready to adopt in terms of change management. This is an innovation and technology summit. The innovation needs to start here in our minds. And that's where it's more important for us to focus on what can we change from what has been happening in the past to be able to really make a difference. We had some great panel discussions around governance, compliance, cost optimization, visibility, transparency. We do that as a managed service because there's no single platform or tool which can suffice across all of our needs. I mean, if you ask me personally, almost all discussions and conferences of Gartner, IDC around the world are talking about AI. Everybody wants to do AI, but they typically are struggling to figure about it. I'll give you a small analogy of what I think about AI. I just have 5 minutes on the first 15 minutes of the session, and I'll hand it over to Mohan to talk about his great platform. But AI is like the electricity of the world. So it's running. How do you use that electricity is up to us. Whether we want to use it for a fridge or a microwave or a television, it's our choice. In order to make use of that electricity, which is the AI code, I mean, I'm an IIT Delhi graduate, so I understand coding a little bit better, is something that we need to put in effort in terms of people and create that product. So the investments have to be done in implementing AI-based use cases to go live. It is not as simple as automation. A lot of people confuse AI with automation. That's anyways happening, right? But then what do we need to do to be really seeing how artificially can we get intelligence to be able to ensure that we are better off in the future? That is what AI is all about. And we've done a lot of research on saving costs on traditional contracts. You know, Microsoft has these massive contracts of the enterprise agreement, unified support, AWS billing is going up, customers are signing the EDP program, Azure cost is going up, OCI platform is coming up, Oracle is deciding which way the licensing metric to be used, SAP is a known devil in the ecosystem, Salesforce is augmenting a lot of these agentic AIs and trying to upsell. These are traditional ways of doing things. If you ask us the new things, open source becoming commercial is something that we need to be careful about. And I heard a few very bright people talk about open source software. The idea is we need to have complete transparency, governance, and visibility into who's using what. And we should be only paying for what is being utilized, nothing extra. Everything that comes as a bundle can be unbundled. So if you think your organization really wants to save cost and are willing to negotiate to whatever it takes, then everything is possible under the sun. A bunch of licensing experts, contract specialists, price benchmarking consultants, and best of negotiators who have been the CPOs, chief procurement officers, and top global group CDOs are on our advisory board to be able to help you give an independent advice to not only tell you what is possible, but also take you to the journey of how it is possible. So we typically work first to create some budgets, save some money from your existing IT cost, and use that money to implement into a managed service so that we can deliver you a guaranteed compliant environment, so that tomorrow if RBI or any other kind of audits happen, you have automatic reports that take care of the queries that come out from RBI. I mean, our personal example, whenever there's an audit that happens, the whole ecosystem of IT and procurement, they go into justifying the queries being asked by the auditors. I mean, it's not required. I mean, we work with the largest of banks in Bombay. You can take references of Silverleaf and the amount of money we have saved in the top banks, private sector banks, and insurance companies in India. And they would know us by name. But the point is, when an RBI audit happens, they say, Mayank, we're just so troubled. Can you tell us why did we buy this? When did we buy this? What price did we buy it at? You don't need a person to read those old contracts and tell you. Automatically, it should be delivered by an artificial intelligence platform who's able to read contracts and tell you what's been the trend and what should be prepared in the future. I just want to leave these, I mean, obviously 5 minutes is not a great amount of time to be able to get that seated in, but we have a workshop around lunchtime as well. But if any of these things and thoughts make sense to you, we would love to interact more. We have a booth with Accops outside. But cost optimization, governance and compliance should be the topmost criteria from an innovation mindset to be able to ensure that we have the budgets to invest into anything in the future. As we are all growing, unnecessary costs are being asked by vendors. Everybody's making money. You can look at the share price. Gartner, IDC, Forrester, they invite us to their conferences to do closed-door conversations with decision makers like yourselves of how actually costs are saved. And therefore, it's important for us to create that niche difference. But thank you so much for this time. I hope I've not taken much. Over to you, Mohan. Thank you so much.
Yeah. This one. Thank you, Mayank. Starting out with Accops. Okay. So, some of you know about Accops, some of you don't know about Accops. Accops stands for Access Operations. Accops stands for Access Operations. How do you access your IT infrastructure matters? Because the way you access it, even a hacker is going to access it in the same manner. He's going to exploit the way you're accessing it. So how do you access your infrastructure in your office, from your LAN, from your WAN, from your VPN, or how do you access your AI matters? Now, many people use technologies like ChatGPT and do the code. The code is also copied by those AI platforms, and it could be sent to someone else. So what is the best way of accessing an AI mechanism? You jumble up the code, you encrypt the code, and send the code to the AI platform so that if it copies it to some other place, your code should not be compromised. At the same time, what code you copy to the AI platforms, it could be understandable by the AI platform and it will give you a revert. So how do you access AI platforms? How do you access any platform matters? Accops is a company started approximately 15 years back. We have been in the market delivering research-based solutions. The first thing, if you see here, Accops has built a technology where Accops provides access to NIC, Government of India, for more than 6 lakh users. We have replaced multiple technologies in the market to provide a secure access from BYOD devices. I have heard that in BFSI, BYOD is never used. But for Government of India, we have been implementing BYOD environments, and many of the banks have implemented BYOD, but not under their environment. Under the vendor's environment, they have done that. We can prove that a BYOD environment can be as secure as your desktop environment. The next thing is we have provided solutions to BrahMos, we have provided solutions to Indian Defense, and why Accops cannot deliver the best solution to BFSI. In the same manner, we have delivered it to BFSI organizations where compromise is completely nullified. Accops has also provided secure access to companies like Flipkart for their Big Billion Day, and organizations which are being there in the logistics sector and the private sector. Accops also provides access to treasury applications and other core banking applications, Swift applications, at the same time providing complete security to that particular organization. And all these are not been done in the last 1 month or 1 year. It has been done for more than 5 years, where we can proudly say that we have provided a foolproof environment. The next thing is why access matters. If someone is going to access something for 1 hour in the office and the same content is being accessed for 3 hours when he's working from home, 2 hours is wasted. So that is a concern. At the same time, if 2 hours of access has been done within 1 hour, then we are saving a lot of money, we are saving a lot of time, we are saving a lot of work. So that's where it becomes a very critical aspect, that security or IT should not actually slow down the access, it should become a business enabler by doing much more. That's where Accops comes in, where secure access with speed access has been done. The same manner, Accops is one of the organizations now rolling out VDI technologies to B2C. If you have a Reliance set-top box, you will have a VDI coming on the GeoPC, which has been built by Accops. It comes at a cost of 600 rupees per user per month. Now, the best thing about this is when the VDI technology, which has been deemed costly, we can actually optimize it, deliver it to the B2C environment. The technology is going to be used for more than 1 crore of people. It is going to become more efficient, and we will be the largest implementer of VDI in the world. With this, we can optimize the VDI, we can bring the VDI cost down by 50%. What we do is, with respect to organizations, we actually understand how they access their applications, how they access their environments from their office, from outside, from critical establishments, and different aspects which has been there. We look into it and provide a solution. So everyone has computers, data centers, access platform, firewalls, VPNs, VDIs, NAC solutions. So we are one of the companies which has been building all these technologies put together so that it's an integrated module. It is also a module which talks to each other. It is a module which actually optimizes the cost of support, optimizes the cost of operations, optimizes the cost of a longevity in that particular company. How do we increase the footprint in that particular company? Is by customizing the solution for further use. When RBI comes out with new aspects, RBI comes out with new requirements, RBI comes out with new statements that this security should be there, many organizations end up buying new technologies. So Accops is able to customize those technologies to build it in the same environment. In the interest of time, so these are the product suites which has been there, and okay, setting up new standards. We always say that VDI is costly. Accops has made VDI very, very cost effective. Setting up new standards. We have ensured that Swift application and core banking application has been secured. We also ensured that in critical environments like Finacle and other applications have been optimized to see that the transaction is faster. So, in interest of time, we are also having a stall today, and you can come and meet us. We'll talk about all the technologies which has been there, which has wrongly been used. A couple of technologies like the VPN and the firewall is not supposed to be used over the internet. So these technologies can be optimized. So one incident what is there is Airtel was a VMware shop, and Accops actually helped Airtel to move away from VMware and use Accops VDI, thereby ensuring speed, thereby ensuring cost effectiveness by almost like 50%. The same manner, companies like CRPF is been using internet through an internet isolation manner. Now, internet isolation actually reduces 90% of your problems with respect to compromises and other technologies. It's an interesting technology. Some of the banks have implemented it. Many more banks can implement it. So the next thing is all the association with Microsoft, interactions with AD, and dependency on platforms which are a concern when you actually scale your environment. So Accops has built LDAP environments so that the scalability limitation with an AD or scalability limitation with a costly solution can be avoided. The same thing with the source of truth. This is one concern we have with many organizations. Many people are jumping into cloud setups. Many people are jumping into technologies which is not having a sovereignty in India. Many people are looking into technologies where data is being kept outside India. So it is very important that every organization, when they actually look into IT, they have to look into these aspects where the software what you buy, can it be changed in 48 hours? Can it be customized in a time period so that you don't actually have an end of life of the software? So this single source of truth which has been there is a need of the hour for a BFSI environment, where we have jotted on few things. Deepfake is again one very critical aspect where the person who has been talking to you on Teams, the person who has been talking to you on a KYC, whether he's truthful or not, or whether he's the same person or not, is a concern. In the same manner, I've heard many people talking about AI. How do you access AI matters? If the AI technology is on cloud, is the AI technology able to take a copy of your data, what you have been doing, is always a concern. Thank you.